So, last time I talked about the first part of the Immortal Eyes Chronicle, the toy box. Today I'd like to talk about the second part called Shadows on the Hill. So, the end of the first Immortal Eyes book takes you to Hawaii from San Francisco, and the next book in the series takes place in Ireland. So, the actual story itself is really interesting. As I mentioned in the last video, though, the problem is that you have to read the novel to kind of understand how it goes. And the last time I did give huge praise to the front of the book for being a fantastic source book for a city. And with this one, it's more or less the same. Not a whole lot is put in the front of it to the setting itself. The chapter for setting is much shorter in this one than it is in the other. And I think the reason for that is that this takes place across the Hawaiian Islands rather than in one central location. So the second chapter here is a history of Hawaii, again, relating to changelings. And it's not bad. It really isn't bad. I wish that they had gone into a little more detail in this one. But where the setting kind of third of the book shines is in the geography part of it. It does a really good job of laying out what the islands look like, what all the different regions are like, both above and underwater. And it gives you some settings, some little locations that are unique to Changeling, and it's really nice. In fact, this one goes into a huge amount more kind of geography, nature detail than Toy Box ever did. And so it goes on to talk about the Sealy court, kind of the nobility around the island, but specifically the Sealy. And I'm not going to touch on it too much, but the story is about an unseelie conspiracy. So naturally, the next chapter, chapter 5, deals with the unseelie characters here. You'll see that here it's split between seelie and unseelie rather than noble and commoner. And both of these chapters are really short. So the 6th chapter is kind of really unnecessary information, but it's really cool. It gives you information on the changeling fae that are native to Hawaii, which is actually really cool. I really like it when a chronicle includes information on things that weren't necessarily a part of the world of darkness before. It's really nice. Naturally, there's vampires, werewolves, mages, and wraiths running around. So, just like in the last book in Toy Box, in Shadows in the Hill, the 7th chapter gives you 3 optional scenes to add to the Chronicle to tie things in. It's a nice touch, but I really wish that, they would have included more information about the Chronicle itself. That would have been nice. Okay, maybe I'm getting a little too harsh here, but to its credit, the second book here, Shadows on the Hill, is actually a lot better. Yeah, like a lot better as far as that goes. I have to skip all the way to the end here to get to it. But if you'll recall, the last book had a 1-page timeline. This has several pages worth of timeline. All the way to the end. For a few pages, it goes scene by scene, day by day, and tells you exactly what needs to happen to make the Chronicle match the book. That's how it should have been done the first time around. It's ridiculous. Overall, I would say the quality of the book is really nice. This one is a little more thick than the first one, which is always a plus. 15 USD at the time. Yeah. So the back of the book, like I said, contains some brand new changelings if you want to play as that. The front is a good setting piece for Hawaii. So actually, even if you're not planning on running the Chronicle, if you're a storyteller, I recommend you pick this up at some point. Maybe quite a few months down the line, but if you've got the cash to spend and you want to throw something really weird and interesting at your players, this might be the way to do it. And with that, I will see you next time when we look at the third part and the conclusion of the Immortalized trilogy. Have a fantastic evening.